it's Createful Christmas. Welcome to my channel, Createful Art. I would love to invite you to Createful Christmas. This is where I teach you how to create artwork centered around the theme Christmas. Today I'm going to show you how to paint this cute little reindeer that are going to go along with these other paintings in this series. This is my 4th year doing Createful Christmas, so I have several Christmas art projects already for you to choose from. And from now on, we're going to be doing Christmas art projects into December. Here's how you can get access to all of these fun videos. Go to createfulart.com and there you will find Createful Christmas and how to sign up, and then you'll see all the Christmas art projects and the supplies that you need for them. I'm so glad you're joining me, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, the bell next to it, and go tell your friends. Let's get started! We are painting another painting in this little series we have of these 3 paintings. So it's going to be very similar, super cute, and we are painting a reindeer. So what I did first is I sketched out my reindeer. So if you want to get the reference photo to help you sketch out your reindeer, go ahead and click right over here. Okay, so the next step, just like these paintings, we're gonna paint the background and go around our lines. Okay, so we're blocking in the shape. So I'm gonna start with my light blue, and I'm leaving my brush strokes. So I don't need to make it all smooth. Okay, and particularly around the tail and the fur, I don't need to have it a straight line. Okay, but around like the hat where it's smooth, I try to make the line a little smoother. Okay, so go ahead and fill in your background with this blue. These colors right here are colors that we're using for the month. You can get a color mixing video right over here by becoming a Createful Art member, and we mix these colors together with the primary colors. Now I'm going to go into my dark blue, okay? And it doesn't matter if I have a dirty brush, it's just gonna blend a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of focus my attention up here, and then a little bit on the outside. So like right in here. And then I take this brush and I do some blending. Okay, and this can look as blended or as choppy as you want it to be. You can just play around and put in your own personality. So for this next part, I'm going to create a light tannish gray. Okay, to do that, I'm going to take my blue, my dark blue, and my white, and I'm going to add in my gold, and it's going to make a nice little creamy gray. And if you want to take it more on the brown side, you can just add a tiny bit of red, a little bit more of yellow, and you'll get a tan. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to fill in my antlers. I'm going to create a brown, and I'm going to do this with my dark red, because this is almost on the brown side anyway, and this green, and it's going to make a nice brown here. Okay, so you see I got that brown. Now I'm just going to use that brown to put in this color right here. So it's going to be rather dark. You can lighten it up with some yellow if you feel like it needs to be lightened. Okay, don't go for your white unless you want to go towards tan. Now I'm just going to take my line and line it up against this. Okay, and I'm going to leave this fluffy so this does not have to be a straight line on the other side. And then I'm going to do that same thing over here. Alright, so this top part of the ear, I'm going to make it dark. And over here, this part over here, this is going to be white, but it's going to have some shadow in it. So I'm going to start with my gray and add a little bit of my brown to it. And I'm going to start on the side and just start giving it some dark right here on this side. Okay, and it's kind of a fluffy little fluff coat. It's going to go right into that brown, and don't worry about that. You're going to bring some of that brown in there. So when we go to put the white over this, it's going to stand out. I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side. And I'm diving into some more of the white color, but mixing it, going under the chin. This is how I'm not cleaning my brush. I'm not adding water to my brush. I'm not making this smooth. I'm not blending it very much. Okay, because I want that texture of fuzz to show. Okay, so that's the first layer of the fuzz down here. Okay, now I'm going to take that light gray and I'm going to go up here against this. Because we'll want to add some more dimension to those ears. I'm going to want to take that brown and I'm going to want to make this part around the eyes a little bit lighter than this brown because I need those eyes to show up. So I'm going to take some of this, yellow it, kind of tan it somewhat. Okay, yellow it some more. So now I'm going to fill in the face around this. Okay, and I want to remember where I had those eyes. Go ahead and take some time to fill this in with that brown color. Now for the eyes, I want the eyes to be similar to the size of both my other paintings. And I'm grabbing my black, and how I made my black was with my blue, my red, and my green, and more blue than both of the red and the green. Okay, I just kind of left a spot so that I would know where to put it. Okay, and you need to wait for the underlayer to dry, otherwise you're going to have to go over this a couple times. So I'm just going with my round brush in a circle. Now I'm going to put a little white dot in my eyeballs here, and I'm going to put it going this direction. I'm going to go around the eyes with my darker brown. Okay, kind of give it a little bit of a brow. It's because it's kind of cute. Okay, and then I'm going to take my flat brush here, grab some of that brown. I'm going to add it down here for some shadow. So this brown matches that brown and that brown. Okay, just giving it some fuzz and some fuzz over here on this edge. So I'm going to take that lighter brown that I used right here. I'm just going to add a little bit right in here. Alright, so now I'm going to take the light tan. So I'm going to take some of this white and I'm going to go around this area. Now I want it to be light enough and tan enough that it's different than this gray and it's lighter than this brown by quite a bit. So I'm going to check it here and get it to that value that I want. And then I just use the edge of my brush to go around the edge. Okay, and I'm going to go around my nose because I'm going to fill in that nose. And I'm going to remember the smile I put on my little sketch here. Okay, fill that all in there. While that's drying, let's put in our white fuzz down here, because that is actually not great. It's white, so I'm going to clean out my brush, my flat brush here, dab it on my paper towel, grab my white, and start putting in that strong contrast. So see how that's lining up, making it look like there's dimension. And I'm kind of just, to make the fuzzy fur, I'm going like this, because where it's mostly white is going to be right through here. So I'm going to add another layer of white, and then while that dries we can always go over it with more white later. So now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to start putting the white in this, okay? So like I did before, I'm going to take some of this blue and I'm going to mix it with my white. I'm going to go around these edges here for some contrast. And I'm going to go up above my little antlers here because they're being hidden by this fluffy hat. Okay, and I can add some gray in there as well. This is the shadowed part we're putting in. Okay, and then I go over the top with white. Okay, and then I will let that dry and go over some more of it with white. Right, same thing down here with this pom-pom. I'm going to go around it with the blue and some gray. Okay, kind of go in a circle motion. Add some blue and then add some white. This should be dry. Okay, I'm going to go towards my small round brush for his mouth. Now for the mouth, I'm digging into my black that I've already created for the eyes. Okay, and I'm kind of going a little bit more towards this type of mouth. Okay, this time I'm going to make it a little bit bigger right here. Kind of has this cute little open area for his mouth. I'm going to give it a little cute thing right here. Okay, it's time to fill in this nose. I'm going to go on the outside with the dark red. I'm going to follow the shape of it. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It'll give it more personality if it's not. Cute little Rudolph. Okay, and then the shine of his nose is going to go right in the middle, and that's going to be the bright red. Okay, so I'm filling in the bright red, and then I'm just going to start blending. I took all that color off my brush. Blending to the side. Take that color off your brush and blend it to the side. Okay, you can always add a little more red if you want it to be a little brighter. Just giving him a little bit more shading right through here, around his nose and on the sides here. So I'm going to go all the way around this area because this sticks out. And these cute little characters are all about shading. Having some shade in there, some shadow. So you can do this part if you'd like. You don't have to. And you can soften anything that you feel is too strong. And you just soften that with some water. Okay. And then I go underneath this area with some of that dark brown color to separate those. Okay, and then up in here I'm gonna make a crease for that ear, and on this side as well. Okay, getting closer. I'm going to create a little bit of this tail. Okay, add some tan, add some white, and some brown. Okay, right. Now I have the last thing is the hat, and then I'll do some more shading. So I've got this dark red around the edges of the hat. So I'm just following these lines. Okay, all the way down to this area. Okay, and along this area it will have the shadows, and around a little bit in here. Okay, and then I fill in the rest with the bright red. I go over the top of that so that the red is sitting on top, just like these ones. Okay, so it takes some time to put that nice red on the top. Okay, just really quick, we're going to add some shadow into those antlers. I'm going to go here and I'm going to make a darker gray. I do that by grabbing my blue. Okay, and it's kind of a tan gray. We'll check it and see if we like it. Yep, so you're gonna go kind of on the underside of that. So you want your dark gray to be in the inside, like right through here. Okay, and then just kind of follow the rounding of your antlers. Okay, and so there would be shadow right here along this underside. That would disappear to the edge. And right under here. And then I would take a lighter gray and just add some highlights on the edge. So where these come together. Okay, and that just gives it some dimension. Where the light hits. So right here, just this little ball up here. Okay, I'm just going to come in here and kind of blend it with the other colors. Like that. Alright, and there's other things that you can do as well to give it more dimension, like adding shadow under this nose. And you can even add some of that blue that's in that white. Okay, under here to just kind of give it a little pop of color. Make it a little whiter. Just right where that light would be shining on it. And it adds more texture to it as well. And right here in the middle. Alright, and then you'll want to put in your snow just the same as you put in your snow for these other paintings. Just some circles, and I like to embellish a little bit with some of my snowflakes. But you can get creative and do it however you would like, and add in any details that you would like. Anything that you think that this needs, go ahead and play around with your own. And then you'll have all three of these paintings, which will look really cute on your wall as some Christmas decor. I hope you learned a lot with me, and I hope you had fun, and go ahead and sign your work because you are done. Thank you so much for painting with me. If you have any questions, leave me some comments below. And if you enjoyed this, you can also get weekly art lessons from me right over here that will help you become a better painter. You also get the reference photos for these and the color mixing videos to help you paint along with me. One more thing, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and I will be letting you know really soon some fun things that we're going to do for this next year. And you can watch some more videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!